What is up guys, this is Theo back with another video, and today in this video I'm gonna be reviewing the EvolutionX ROM Beta 5 test build for the POCO F5. And this is gonna be interesting. And a huge reminder before I start this video guys, that this particular ROM is still in beta. These particular builds are not ready for daily driving yet for a normal user. And yes, of course, if you're a pro user and you know how to fix the problems which you face in the ROM, then you can definitely go ahead and daily drive it with magic and stuff, because SafetyNet will not be working over here. So banking apps, if you want to get them working, you need to flash magic and you need to flash a SafetyNet fix module and stuff. If you don't know what I'm talking about, do not go for this ROM. If you know what I'm talking about, then definitely you can daily drive it. But you cannot blame anyone if you face any problems, because again, these are beta builds. Now about the features, not everything will work and you might be facing some of the bugs here and there, and you might be finding not all the customizations working here, but at least they are working. At least some of them are working. That's what I mean. So the features which are not working, they are not supposed to work, because this is a beta build and they will be fixed with the future updates, because this is too early to get a custom ROM on this particular device. Like kernel sources for this device got released on 5th June 2023 and this is 15th June 2023. So 10 days after that, we are already on beta 5 on EvolutionX ROM. So let's begin. Before I start the video, let me tell you the flashing guide will be linked in the video description, and if you don't know how to unlock bootloader and stuff, all those guides will be present there too. If you're wondering about the build date, well, this is the 15th June 2023 build. So let me give you my impressions about this ROM, and this is one of the most stable experiences that I have seen so far in this beta build. So yes, this is not for daily driving. Of course, the improvements and stuff you can see with every other build, and it will be improved in future a lot more, that's for sure. So first things first, again, let me start this video off with this about section. This is how it looks like, the EvolutionX logo, and the Android version shows as Android 13. The EvolutionX version is 7.9.2 Pansip for Marble, and the device codename for the POCO F5 is Marble, if you didn't know that. And the security patch here is still of May 5th, 2023, because there are some issues with the June security patch. The build maintainers here are of course Joe Huab and Shamik, so huge thanks to the developers of this ROM, and the SafetyNet status shows as enforcing. Now in here, one new thing to see is that in this regulatory labels, it shows this Indian kind of BIS standard certification. So this is really good. Also, if your device is global unit or Chinese unit, it will show up the certifications for your specific device. In the system panel, this is how it looks like. We have the language and input, and right here I would say just after you flash this ROM, your keyboard data and the messaging and stuff will not be restored, and even if you copy the data and stuff, it won't be restored. So make sure you copy those things like manually to a file with the SMS backup restore app, and you can restore with those particular apps. But let's continue. In the gestures, we have the quick tap action, and let me actually show you. If I back tap, as you can see, quick tap detected. So yeah, it is working, and you can customize it between these many options. Let me go back. We have the quickly open camera right here, and we have the system navigation gestures. In the settings of it, we have the pill length and pill radius customization. I have made it to the fullest with both the things, and this is how it looks like with that like full pill bar. And we have the IME button space. You can choose this to default, narrow or hidden. We have the back gesture animation, haptic feedback, and the swipe to invoke assistant is also working fine. We have the left edge, right edge customization, and we have the amount of screen height to be used for the back gesture. Now in the advanced settings, we have the extended swipe action. You can turn it on. And by the way, if you are wondering about the customizations for those, these are the options. You can choose it to customize it. We have the 2-button and 3-button navigation, and inside we have this hold for assistant. Let me go back. We have the one-handed mode as well. And yeah, that is working fine. Let me go back. We have the press and hold power button. You can choose it to power menu or digital assistant. We have the swipe to take screenshot as well. And there is the share, edit, delete, and the Google Lens feature. Also the capture mode will appear when it's needed. And let me show you, we have the playback control and the prevent ringing as well. Let me go back. We have a system updater. From here you can check for updates, but I don't think it will work because these are beta builds. By the way, if you are wondering about the performance of this ROM, I would say yes, the performance is amazingly good. And in the first part of this video, let me show you the benchmarks of the ROM, and I would say this is one of the most amazing benchmarks that I have seen on a device. And I have to say the POCO F5 performance is unbeatable in this price segment, at least. Even on custom ROM and in a beta build, it's performing this good. So when the stable build releases, we can only imagine how good the benchmarks and the performance will be. Now, let me show you the RAM management. I have opened a couple of apps in the memory and just notice how smooth this recents panel is. It's just flying through the UI, and we have the screenshot and the clear all option. And if you want to enable even more options, let me actually show you in the recents. There is the memory info and the lens and the shake phone to clear all these kind of customization. In the home screen settings, we of course have this parallax and stuff, and we have even more customization. We have the add app icons to the home screen. Then we have the icon settings. In here we have the icon pack and the other customization. You can see in the basic settings we have the restart, hidden and protected apps, background blur depth, allow home screen rotation, and the use taskbar feature. And of course you can disable the suggestions if you want to. Now let me show you the apps that I have opened. I just opened the launcher settings because I tried to get into a little bit more memory usage. But yeah, let me show you. This is a 8 GB RAM unit, by the way. Let me open some of the apps which I have already opened. Chrome, as you can see, still in memory. I'll give it some time to actually load, and as you can see 120 FPS in the test2 website is actually showing, so that's great. Facebook, okay, so it did removed from memory, and we have the Twitter, I think that too was removed. YouTube, yes, still in memory it looks like. Instagram is still in memory, and the Google Home still in memory. Now let's open YouTube Music, also that's too in memory. So yeah, I would say the memory management is really good. Yes, sometimes some of the apps like Facebook and stuff keeps loading, but yeah, Facebook you cannot consider, it's a memory hogger. So yeah, otherwise normal apps and stuff does stay in memory, no issues whatsoever. And even while switching between apps, just notice how fast you can do that. So yeah, definitely the experience overall with everything, with scrolling and stuff, it's perfectly smooth, and just notice how smooth you can scroll. So definitely I would say it's a really amazing experience with 120 Hz. By the way, let me tell you, if you are using this ROM, I would suggest setting this refresh rate, auto kind of refresh rate with forced 120 Hz. I have seen sometimes there are certain minor amount of lags, but with auto it's much more smoother. The quick setting panel right now, let me actually show you. Yeah, with this QPR2 or some kind of that clock, this particular clock makes it lag, but otherwise it's fine, I would say. But definitely you will notice minor lag in the quick setting panel. That's totally fine, I would say. Again, this is a beta build, so these things will be fixed, I guess, in the future builds. But as of right now, I would say this is a really good experience. And even with the Google's Discover page and stuff, everything is just smooth enough, and it's just awesome experience while scrolling through this UI. And let me actually show you the stock camera of this ROM. That is the Gcam, and you are getting this Gcam Go kind of camera, I would say. And here we have some amount of zooming option. It doesn't show how much you are zooming in, but you cannot really switch to other lenses. But in the settings, we have the night mode, HDR, flash, timer, face retouch and stuff, photo aspect ratio you can change. And we have the save selfies as previewed, grid type, and the save location. Scanning option, that's the QR code scanner. And let me show you, even in the video settings, we have this kind of settings, the flash, grid type, and save location. There is no resolution setting option for this, and it shows for how long you can actually shoot videos with this particular camera with the storage you have left. And we have the portrait mode and stuff. And let me actually show you the front camera. So yes, this is how it looks like. I would say yes, there are some amount of noise and stuff that you can notice, but it's better than having nothing. Yeah, this is a basic camera, guys. The cameras are not yet optimized properly, but definitely we get a Gcam by default, and that's good enough. I've also installed a Gcam version, which is LMC 8.4. I'll do a separate video about that if you guys want. But let's continue as of now with the quick setting panel. This is how it looks like, and even in the light theme, the quick setting panel stays dark like this, and you can edit and add multiple toggles over here. I have added a lot of toggles. Let me actually show you which ones I have added. I have the Wi-Fi, mobile data, the Bluetooth toggle, the flashlight, Google Home, and the auto rotate, battery saver, extra dim, and the screen recorder is also there. And in here you will also get the enable HEVC option. It is enabled by default, but I disabled it. And we have a lot more features, and including with the device audio and microphone audio recording at the same time. The nearby share, hotspot, data saver, and the dark theme, night light, always on display. You can toggle it on for charge or the normal always on display. I'll show you that later. And we have the heads up right here, and we have this reboot toggle, refresh rate, sound toggle, do not disturb, and the airplane mode. And the brightness slider looks like this. The power menu of course appears from the bottom, and if you tap here, you can directly reboot to the advanced reboot if you have enabled that. Let me talk about one more thing, that is the brightness slider. Well, some of you guys has been experiencing even with lowest brightness, the screen does not go that much dim. Yes, that's true, but you can use the extra dim feature here, and with that you will get really dim display. Let me show you. This is really dim, but for that you have to actually go into the extra dim settings. You can just tap and hold on that. As you can see, you can enable it to brighter, or you can make it dimmer. With this maximum dimming option, the screen definitely goes a lot dimmer. So you can definitely use this. If you want to use your display at night in very low brightness, you can just turn on this extra dim feature. It will help. Now inside battery settings, this is really interesting that we are still getting this pixel battery usage chart, battery saver, adaptive preference. Also we are getting the optimization profile. These are simply the benchmarks and stuff, and you can set per app to performance, browser, camera, dialer, game, streaming application, etc. Let me go back. We have the battery optimization, so you can disable some apps if you don't want them to optimize. And we have the sleep mode right here. Also the battery info shows up properly. We have the design battery capacity, current battery capacity, charging cycles, and the temperatures as well. So this is awesome. Right now my charging cycle shows as 30 cycles. And let me talk about the battery life. This is just insane battery life that I have been getting. These are estimated numbers, guys, but still I would say 11 plus hours of estimated numbers with the Accu battery app. It's just insane. And I have been getting about 5 days worth of like standby, you can say. And also the combine use for me is about 30 hours. So that's again amazing battery life that I have been getting. And the fast charging and stuff is working perfectly fine. No issues whatsoever that I have faced. Inside sound and vibration, right now we have the media call, etc. volume controls. And if you scroll down more, we have the vibrate and stuff, and per app volume control is there again, and we have the dial pad tone, screen locking sound, charging sound and vibration, silent media mute option is there, and also we get the Mi sound enhancer, and this is the logo of the Mi Audio Direct. And yes, the Mi Audio Direct is actually working fine, but with wired headsets, and you can actually set scenes from here, but I did not test it. And we have the choose preset option, but here I have been using with the youth edition, that is working, but with Bluetooth options and stuff they may not work. So yes, that's how it is. And even the presets you can change the bass booster preset and stuff. If you have a really great pair of headphones, this option is for that. And we also get a clear speaker option if you need that. Inside security, we have the quick unlock and stuff. And let me show you this face unlock and fingerprint settings. I have already added the face unlock and fingerprint, but here in the fingerprint option, you do have this unlock when screen is on. The fingerprint scanner, whenever you tap it, it will only work when the screen is on if you enable this option. This is really good. And even in the face unlock, there is this when swiping up on lock screen, and you can disable the app lock with the face unlock if you don't like that. And we have the redo face scan and other options. Now I have already added the app locks and stuff. Let me show you in the more settings. There is the app lock normally, and actually it is working fine. As you can see, I have locked this Telegram app. This is how it looks like. And if I tap the fingerprint scanner, as you can see, the app actually unlocks. But right now, let me actually show you the unlocking speed. And here I just double tap to lock the device because it supports that. And if I just tap the fingerprint scanner, as you can see, it unlocks. Just notice how fast this is. I'm just tapping the fingerprint scanner and it unlocks. So really fast experience with the fingerprint scanner, I would say. And if I want to show you the pickup option, if I put the device on the desk and pick it up on my hand, and as you can see, this clock looks beautiful. And yes, the always on display is actually working fine, and the pickup option as well is working, and the fingerprint scanner again is working perfectly fine. It's really fast experience with the fingerprint scanner. And let me show you the face unlock. And in here, if I just swipe up, as you can see, it shows recognizing face and it unlocks. Let me try one more time. So in the lock screen, this is how it looks like again, and I swipe up and it unlocks. And I just enabled the right button to flashlight, and right now let me check. Yes, it did appear, and yep, it is working perfectly fine. By the way, in the display settings, this is how it looks like. We have the brightness level, adaptive brightness, extra dim, and again, you can actually customize this one. We have the lock screen settings right here. In here, we have the allow face unlock option, and you can change it. And we have the skip lock screen, control from lock device. Then we have the shortcuts. You can actually change that to right or left button. And we have the basic colors and the wallpaper colors. Up to like 16 colors are there. The dark theme, the themed icons, and the app grid option is there up to 6x10. We have the system icon packs right here. You can change it from here as well. We have the double line clock. Always show time info is the always on display. You guys should know. And the always on charging is the like whenever you plug in the device, that's when it will turn on the always on display. Ambient display option is there. And in here in the advanced settings, there is the pickup option, and I did enable it, and this is how it looks like. Pulse notification on pickup, but you can also set it to wake device on pickup. Right now they both are working. Earlier there was a bug, but right now they have been fixed. Even the hand wave and the pocket option is working fine right now. Also there is a dark theme, and we have the display size and text. Inside live display we have the color calibration if you want to enable that. Also there is a night light option. You can enable it if you want, and the colors you can put it to natural, saturated, boosted, and adaptive. I have been using it with the boosted. Let me go back. We have the allow window level blurs, and the minimum and maximum refresh rate you can set. I have been using it with the 120 Hz like the auto mode, and we have the smooth display option here. Low power refresh rate, I have kept it to 60 Hz. And we have the double tap to wake, prevent accidental wake up on plug. And then we have the full screen apps, the desktop mode as well, and the refresh rate per app you can set. If some apps are working weirdly, you can just set it to 120 Hz if you want, or just 60 Hz if you don't want that much high refresh rate for that particular app. Now let's talk about the customization and stuff. And in here we have the evolver. Inside themes, we have the theme settings, and inside theme style, we get the tonal spot, vibrant, expressive sprites, rainbow, and all these kind of other things. And even the color source you can change to home, lock screen, or both. And we have the luminance, chroma factor, etc. changing option. And we have the dark theme right here. You can enable the pitch black mode if you want. Then the combined quick setting element style you can actually change, and these are actually working. Let me set it to cyberpunk. And right now you will notice, as you can see, it has changed to the cyberpunk kind of look. So definitely you can use it. And we have the headline and body fonts. Plethora of fonts are here. And even if you change one, let me show you how fast it changes. And as you can see, I have already changed the font. And if I change it, this is just for the headline. So yeah, this one, as you can see, it shows the nothing fonts, and you can just enable whichever you want to. So the fonts and stuff changes really quickly, no issues whatsoever. Here inside icon packs, you can change it to whichever you want. Let me go back. We have the signal icon styles, and these are the options which are there. Even the Wi-Fi icon styles you can change. Also, we have the icon shapes. You can choose whichever you want, and the nav bar style, you can choose it from here. Inside status bar, we have the lyric, the clock style, and we have the clock and date. Of course, I have customized the clock and date if you're noticing from the status bar right here, and you can do that. We have the status bar logo, network traffic indicator, and the battery styles. Plethora of options for the battery styles are still included. We have the battery percentage inside and next to the icon, and we also have the battery bar, status bar icons. We have the headset, Bluetooth, etc. options, and we have the other options that you are noticing from here, show Wi-Fi type and stuff, and the Bluetooth battery status, etc. And these are of course showing up. And we have the quick setting right here. We have the hide label, vertical layout for the quick settings. Quick setting header image is also there. Up to 64 options are there. Just notice. And you can set it to default. We have the battery style also you can change for the quick setting panel. Estimates are there, and we have the quick pull down. You can enable it if you want. And the brightness slider also you can change. You can put it to Acon, and with that, this is how it will look. Let me go back. We have the brightness slider, show always, and position you can change it to bottom. We have the animation style and the vibrate on toggle touch. Clear all button you can also enable. Inside power menu, we have the disable power menu on lock screen, advanced reboot and stuff. And in here we have the gestures. We have the click to partial screenshot, long press power button to toggle torch, double tap to sleep on the lock screen and status bar as well. Then we have the lock screen customization. In here we have the edge lighting, and yes, it is actually working. We have the lock screen clock font. That too you can actually change from right here. Just notice plethora of options for the lock screen clocks are there, and you will find amazing options, I would say. We have the lock screen clock format. You can change it to single or double line. Charging info is already there, and we have the hide, status bar, and media cover art, filter and stuff you can enable. For blur, fingerprint authentication, vibration options are there. Let me go to the buttons. Here we have the navigation bar and the volume panel on the left side, then the show volume panel timeout, per app volume control, etc. is there. Volume steps are also there, and this is how the volume panel looks like, guys. And you can switch the output device from right here. And of course, you can expand the volume panel just like this. You can put the phone into mute or silent from right here. Even the live caption appears over here. Inside animations, we have the screen off animation, power menu animation, and in here in the MISC settings, we get the parallel space. So if you want to set up like app to accounts, you can do that. The game space is there. You can add any game and get the overlay. The smart pixels are also there, and it is actually working, I guess. And let me go back. We have the launch music upon headset connect, unlimited Google Photos storage, unlock high FPS in games, and the Netflix proof. These three options are there. The jitter option is also there, and we have the ignore Windows secure flags, toast app icon, wake lock blocker, alarm blocker, sensor block per package. Also the USB configuration, you can set it to file transfer for convenience. Talking about basic things, yes, SafetyNet does fail over here, and that is the sole reason why I did not recommend you guys to actually daily drive on this ROM, because you cannot use banking apps at least right out of the box. You need to know how to flash Magisk, you need to know how to flash the modules and stuff and all those things. So if you're a pro user, only then go for this ROM and use this ROM as a daily driver. But as of now, I would say yes, SafetyNet does not pass. The DRM info stays as L1 here, so you can stream Netflix or Amazon Prime videos in 1080p if you want. And the IR Blaster is actually working perfectly fine. If you're seeing that light, that simply means the IR Blaster is working. And inside Google Photos, it does show that this Pixel can back up unlimited photos and videos at no extra charge. So this is great that we are getting the unlimited Google Photos working perfectly fine here. This is how the recent panel looks like with all the things enabled, the screenshot and the lens and the clear all option. And I would say my experience with the recent panel has been really amazing. Just notice how smooth it always is, and even the split top and stuff will be working perfectly fine if you want it to use it like that. So this is great, and you can actually like resize them if you want to. So yep, I would say overall the experience of like using this ROM is amazing. If you guys actually want to test the latest build of EvolutionX, and you can try them, and of course donate to the developers if you want, and of course donate to the developers if you can and want to use these particular ROMs early. So again, this is an early build, and let me know down there in the comments how do you feel about this particular custom ROM on the POCO F5. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Share this video with your friends if you feel like. This is Tito from KTNTECH signing off for today. I'll be catching you guys in the next one. Bye bye now.